Hey everyone, got my trusty RC Powers F18 V3 test bed plane that I've been doing testing all my motors on. Today I've got the Supersonic V2 from Grayson Hobby. I'm going to test it on a 6x4 APC and a 6x3 EMP. I've already bench tested this motor, and so I just want to see what kind of performance we get out here at the field. See my poor old F18's taking a bit of a beating here, but still flies pretty awesome. So here we go. So when I bench tested this motor on a 6x4 APC prop, I was getting 24.4, I think, ounces of thrust, which is about what Grayson Hobby rates it at. So I've got about a 1.3 to 1 thrust to weight ratio. My plane with a 1600 milliamp battery weighs 18.5 ounces. So not blistering speed by any means, but you know, it's good for just cruising it around. I mean, the great thing about the F18 is I've tested, I don't know, I think probably 8 or 9 different motors. So not bad vertical there. Didn't go up for very long, but kind of a foggy day here today. So here I'm just at about 40% throttle. So you know, handles really comfortably at slow speeds as usual. The F18 is just such a great and versatile plane, as long as you don't go too heavy with the weight, which I've probably said before in previous videos. I think anything above really 22 to 23 ounces and your performance is really starting to fall off. I actually like to fly mine normally at about 21.5 ounces. I find that kind of gives me the best overall performance that I like. So not bad speed there from a 6x4 APC. Pretty good, you know, pretty good thrust vectoring. Not bad. So not, you know, blinding punch-out power or anything, but enough to get yourself out of most trouble spots. Wasn't the best loop. Didn't roll out on the same heading I entered at. So just such a, you know, just such a maneuverable yet well-behaved plane, this F18. You know, between well, the first one I built all wrong. I built it way too heavy, blah blah blah. I got about 10 flights out of that before the wing self-destructed. So this was the second one I built, lightweight, the way that it should have been built, kept it mostly stock, and you know, it's just performed beautifully for me. I since have built a third one that I fly with the Focal Price 2700 motor on a 6x3 EMP prop, and that's just an awesome setup. I fly it with a 2200 battery, so I get about 7-minute flights. Just tons and tons of fun. So I would say, you know, like if you're looking for a second park jet, like let's say you've already started off on the F35 maybe, elevons only, and you're looking to move up to something a little bit more challenging, a little bit definitely more capable aerobatically, then the F18 V3 is an awesome choice, you know. And you know, don't hesitate. Like, put all the controls on it when you build it. You don't necessarily, I mean, 90% of the flying, 99% of the flying that I do, I'm just, you know, yank and bank, ailerons and elevons. Nice. And then you can put, you know, you can engage the rudders, but you don't necessarily have to fly much with them until you get used to them. But this is a plane that you really, you know, to maximize the fun, you really want to have all the controls activated, in my humble opinion anyway. So anyway, yeah, motor's pretty cool. I mean, it's tough to tell today because it's only about 5 degrees Celsius right now. So I've got my 1600 battery pretty much all the way up against the bulkhead there to get the CFG correct. I'm running a 30 amp Turnigy Plush speed controller, 6-channel receiver that's compatible with my Turnigy ER9X radio. And I just have a single rudder here. This setup has been working awesome for me. It probably garbages up my prop wash a little bit, but you know, 120, 130 flights I have on this plane, and it's handled really well. So anyway, there's a 6x4 EPC. So I'm just going to swap out props, put a 6x3 EMP on, and see what kind of difference it has in actual flying performance. So I'll be right back with you. Hey folks, back with you for part 2 of today's test. I've just swapped out my 6x4 APC for a 6x3 EMP prop, so slightly different shape, not as aggressive at the hub of the prop, a little wider blade all the way out to the tip, and lower pitch obviously. So I've already done one quick test flight just to make sure everything's good after swapping props, so here we go. So I think maybe just a bit better acceleration, just, you know, in the initial maybe 5 to 10 feet after hitting full throttle. On the bench, this prop actually tested with some better thrust overall. I think I was around 27.5 ounces, which I think gives me around a 1.5 to 1 thrust to weight ratio. So not bad in the vertical. This prop is going to run more efficient. I think I'm about, I'll have to check my numbers again, and I'll post them on the RC Powers website when I post this video, but I think I'm about 3 amps lower with this prop than the other one. So means things should run cooler, and you know, you should get a little bit more flight time out of it. You know, especially for a plane that's this much fun to fly. I'm fine that me personally, I like the 6x3 EMP props on most of the smaller motors that I run, like this. This is a 2212, which is very similar to the RC Timer 2212 motor. So I don't even have my spoilerons deployed there. It's still getting pretty reasonable high alpha. Good punch out of that. So right now I'm just at around 40% throttle, no spoiler-ons, handles beautifully. You know, it still behaves itself really well. I'm just using aileron and elevon here. Actually, I'm not even using rudder. So as I was saying in the first part, you know, this is such an awesome plane. You know, if you already got some previous experience flying RC planes and you're looking for just a real bunch of fun with a park jet, really tough to beat this RC Powers F18 version 3. You know, this Grayson Hobby motor it used to be on the RC Powers master parts list, but as of yesterday it's not. But no matter, if you have one, it's I think an awesome choice for this plane. If you're keeping it light, like I said, I'm at 18.5 ounces here with a 1600 battery. Probably easily get between 5 and 6 minute flights depending on how you like to fly. So, you know, just all around great fun. The RC timer motor, I would say, in the plane, in the air, there's really almost no difference between the RC timer 2212-6 and this motor, in my personal opinion. Obviously, where it comes down to the big crunch is the price. I think the RC timer motor is less than $10, and this one's $24. So you don't have to do a lot of math to realize that probably the RC timer motor is a little bit better quality. Now, not quality, better price. Having said that, you know, in the bench testing with the props that I did test, I was getting lower amp draw with this motor, and I think that it might just be because perhaps the bearings are maybe a little better quality than the RC timer motor. Not sure, but anyway, so there we have on the 6x3 EMP. Yeah, motor's really cool, but again, like I said, it's only about 5 degrees Celsius. So yeah, good little choice for a motor, you know, just for cruising around, having a little bit of fun. You know, you get a little bit of snap out of it for some good aerobatics. This plane now is probably at least an ounce heavier than it was when I built it from repairs, but you know, it's just held up really well. I mean, I've done all my repairs right here at the field with you know, a Bic lighter, hot glue, and some of this great old fiberglass strapping tape. So anyway, like I said, good little combination. You know, 2212-6 2200 kilovolt motors are pretty popular. You can get them in a lot of places, but this Grayson Hobby one works just great for a fun little setup. So there we have it. I'll go home and get this processed, and it'll be on the my YouTube channel, obviously, and the RC Powers website. And I'll try and remember to publish the amps and all that sort of stuff just to compare. But anyway, awesome little plane. Just had so much fun with it. Yeah, it's just been awesome. So thanks very much for watching.